coming to the calcium. So this also usually is binded with the protein in the blood. For this reason, standard calcium test can be is misleading, and also determination of the ionized calcium is recommended. So special and also calcium test will be the different two levels is ionized test and also isolated is going to be separate individual calcium. So determining the serum calcium level is important if the patient is suffering from the existing nerve or motor dysfunctions. So this also going to be, so these are all nothing but electrolytes also going to be mainly to transmit the impulse and also is mainly the plays role in the muscle contractions. So if any abnormality in these electrolytes is going to be affect to the all the like acid balance is going to be altered, and also nerve and also muscle function is going to be altered. So, and also coming to the normal range, if you see the normal range, 8.5 to the 10.5 is a milli equivalents. So these are the normal ranges. So about the calcium. So, and also if you see here, the causes of the hypercalcemia, so many reasons are there. So this we will learn in the, you can learn in the medical conditions, and especially for who have the excessive vitamin D, excessive like a vitamin A, sarcoidosis. So many conditions, hyperthyroidism, and also if they take the calcium supplements. So if they take like a more content, like a more high percentage of the calcium, so it may use the hypercalcemia. So we can remember these things with like a mnemonics, like a chimpanzee. C for the calcium supplements, H for the hyperthyroidism, is I for the iatrogenic, as because of the treatment or investigation purpose, and also in case of the multiple myeloma, any like a tumor, like a cancerous, like a multiple myeloma, and also parathyroid hyperplasia or adenoma, like a cancer type, alcoholism, neoplasms, especially the breast cancer, lung cancer, and also Joling cell syndrome, and also vitamin D, excessive vitamin D, and also excessive vitamin E and sarcoidosis. So these are some of the causative factors for the hypercalcemia. So maybe if the calcium, less calcium, this also may change the alter the bone functions. So and also may chance to get the easily degenerative changes, maybe osteoporotic symptoms also may chance to get the because of the deficiency of the calcium also. So magnesium, so this also very, very important like a electrolyte. So in case of the muscle and nerve functions, and blood pressure regulations and immune system. It also plays a role in the blood sugar regulations. So it helps in the, especially for the blood regulation, blood pressures, and also muscle and nerve. And next about that, it also helps in the is the immune system regulation, also strengthen the immune system. So, and also who have the diabetes, so it may alter in the this magnesium levels also, it may chance to get the altered the blood sugar levels. Although half of the magnesium in the body is stored in the bones, magnesium can also be found in the cells of the organs and body tissues. So this is going to be normally stored in the bones, but you are having this deficiency, so may chance to get the muscle and nerve functions. So the normal levels are going to be 1.5 to the 2.5 milli equivalents per liters. So this is the normal range. So if you want to improve, if anybody having the problem with the magnesiums, so with especially for the leafy vegetables and also nuts, especially like a dry fruits such as like a almonds and also melon seeds are going to be more useful, and also avocado. So these are the important sources for the magnesiums. It will help to improve the magnesium levels. Next one is the phosphorus. So this phosphorus is involved in the intracellular metabolism of the protein and fats and carbohydrates. It is also participate in the production of the ATP, so our energy. So without a phosphorus, so it won't produce the ATP production during the Krebs cycle. So and also phosphorus plays an important role in the acid-base balance and also in the glycolysis. So in the glycolysis, so is also a main role to produce the ATP. So without ATP, that ATP means production of the energy, nothing but. So these things are going to be play an important role in the acid-base balance and also glycolysis. So the normal range will be is the 1.8 to the 2.6 milli equivalents per liters. So this is the normal range.